I'm an advocate of meat because I know what it does for the health. Some people can be healthy on a vegan diet. I do short-term 3-5 day vegan diets for certain organ cleansings. But ideally, when you're looking at a day in, day out support system cleansing of foods, I rely on animal products.
Okay.
Very well sourced, obviously raised cruelty-free, all those things. The best you could qualify. It's getting harder to do based on our farming standards, how they've been lowered.
Sure.
But in produce and finding,
can I push back on that real quick?
Yeah.
Some people say that like meat products can actually bog down the system. So you're saying that the amino acids from the flesh are actually beneficial for supporting the detoxifying organs, or am I hearing you correctly?
Yes. So I learned real quickly, working with some amazing doctors, that when my back was up against the wall working with people that had certain metal toxicities.
Okay.
I worked with a lot of people that had copper toxicities, mercury, to get those out nutritionally, because you remember every day you're eating, so there's a repetitive delivery, right? So what are the things that are the most important? And again, I'm not trying to dispute anybody's diet or anything like that. It has nothing to do with that. I just go after health.
Yeah.
Okay. And what I learned is that there is a benefit with animal products, in the sense of what they offer in terms of chelation, pulling out those metals and giving balance nutritionally to the body.
Okay.
But again, you have to look at how much you're eating, how much you're consuming, how much you're actually breaking down and digesting. How is your digestive system performing? How are you relating to these foods? How are you? What's your frequency? There's a lot of things that
frequency in regards to bowel movements.
Yes, and how often you're eating, or
okay.
Say like an intermittent fasting where you do a 16/8 window eating.
Yeah.
And how that's giving you time to properly detoxify.
Okay.
And looking at how you load food and how you look at food differently. If it's just a consuming thing and it's just convenience, then you're always going to run into trouble.
Okay.
Yeah. So when you're qualifying, and then the water obviously is our tap water, depending on where you live, it's
that's nasty.
It's completely denatured.
Yeah.
So we have to look at either using spring raw water if you can get it, or reverse osmosis, and then putting certain minerals in and doing certain things to your water, such as the Celtic sea salts, or certain mineral concoctions. The Quinton sea water is another fantastic one, and so many different benefits, from nebulizing to clear your lungs to even using it as eye drops. There's so many different natural things that we can do. The body just may take a little longer to respond, especially if we've been toxic or we've been compromised for many, sometimes months or years.
Okay. And on top of that, so cleansing, would you not recommend a juicing diet? I've heard a lot of people, lose a ton of weight cleansing with just juice.
Yeah.
Obviously there's no flesh in that. But is there any benefit to just juice cleansing?
There can be at times, for sure.
Okay.
And I think juice, when it's done right, organic, sourced well, and everything, is a wonderful product.
Yeah.
It's something though that a little goes a long way.
Okay.
And it really comes down to food. I've dealt with a lot of people that have, challenges, and for me, eating cooked foods, again, not overly cooked to perfection. So whether if it's you may like your steak like medium rare.
Yeah.
I may like it medium well. Just depending on the person's situations. I may been prone to parasitic infections or something like that. So I want my meat a little more cooked for that reason. It's delivered more digestible for me. When it comes to vegetables, what vegetables are you eating raw, and are you cleaning them properly? Are you ozonating the water to make them pure, so you don't pick up
ozonating the water?
Yes, to treat it so it removes any sort of bacteria, bugs, that kind of thing. Right. And looking at these things and being able to clean up all these ways that you've been introducing food into your body. Mm-hmm. And meat, depending on how often you eat it, I think it should be consumed, because there's a health quality to it. Whereas in you mentioned juice,
Yeah, juice.
and I think juice is, certain cleanses in conjunction with things, and it can take the burden off digestion for a while, especially if someone feels like they're battling like a flu symptom or a cold or something like that. Let your body reclaim some energy away from the process of digesting something that's hard.
Right.
Like I would never eat.
That's actually really helpful to like give the like organs a break, especially
Exactly.
like your stomach. Have you seen bodybuilders when they like eat tons and tons and tons of food? Like their organs legit get no break. They wake up in the middle of the night to like refeed like at 2 a.m. Like those organs must be exhausted, right?
Exactly. It's just it's a nonstop just bombarding of everything. So your system never really, the best anti-aging thing we could ever possibly do is take the quality of our sleep and make it even better.